I don't really necessarily think the show is trying to say you should feel bad for him. I think
it's more lighthearted than that.
It's more
it's
lighthearted
like when you really break
that.
it down, it's a stupid concept. It's
Yes.
like you have $10,000 to throw around and fuck around in this rap game.
I also don't know. Well, I like the show. I think it's funny, but the idea of, first of all, the idea of like the white nerdy guy being into rap and having that be funny, I think is kind of played out. Well, first of all, I mean, I guess it was funny like maybe 10 or 15 years ago.
If that, like maybe 30 years ago.
Just because like, yeah, a white nerdy guy, you wouldn't expect to like hip hop. But in 2020, first of all, hip hop is universal to everybody.
Not only is it universal, it's the primary form of music.
Thing. Like, I'd be surprised if a white nerdy dude wasn't into hip hop. I'd be surprised if anybody wasn't into hip hop.
I don't think like most people are
Yeah.
somehow probably into hip hop, just because again, it's the primary music that
it is the primary.
Is out now,
it is the
other
primary
than country.
music.
I mean, I guess depending where you live, but the one thing too, though, that's interesting is like the people that do come from that struggle. Those are the people that you actually want to hear anyway.
Exactly.
You know, because it's like they're talking about something real. They're talking about like they're painting a picture for you of what their life is like. And, it's, that's why Dave has to write songs that are, just like dick jokes. It's like
exactly.
That's what, because what is he really going to talk about?
And that is, I mean, and that's another
thing. By the way, that's
thing.
Fine too. Whatever.
And that's another
That's your lane.
thing.
I'm not going to listen to it, but that's you.
That's another thing about the show Dave is that it's really the characters around Dave that I like better than himself in his own show. Mm-hmm. The girlfriend I like a lot. She's like a teacher who, has this boyfriend that basically like he has this like dream he's completely committed to, and he's not, and their relationship suffers because of it. And like she wants him to be more like there for her while he's like so focused on his rap. The best episode, and I mean, Dave has only been around for one season, so there's 10 episodes.
It'll be coming back.
It will be coming back. Atlanta will also be coming back, but they said 2021, but no one's sure about it. I know
didn't get to shoot all year.
Well, the last season was 2018.
Yeah.
So it's been off for a while, but Donald Glover is contracted to do 2 more seasons. So 2 more seasons of Atlanta are going to happen.
Does that matter if someone's contract? Can't they just, because they cancel shows?
They could, yeah.
Like
so
it doesn't.
It's not like it.
Yeah.
It's not like it necessarily matters, but like for the time being, it's scheduled to have 2 more seasons.
But you don't know if it's shot.
I don't think it's been shot. No, I
Okay.
think. I
written.
think Childish Gambino is going to come out with another album soon. That's what I have heard.
He put one out in March and basically did no promotion for it. Did you even know he put out an album in March?
I didn't.
Exactly.
The album that I'm talking about I think he's coming out with an album soon might be the one that came out in March, and I just had no idea.
Well, he released like an album. It had like no artwork. It had no singles. I don't think it had any videos, and it didn't even have really title tracks. It was all, or maybe it did. I don't know. But I remember seeing if it was the I remember seeing.
So it was like a Kendrick Lamar unreleased unmastered.
I don't know if that was the purpose. I think it was presented as like an album. Oh, I think all the songs were like the length of time of each track. Like it was like 4:32 or blah blah blah. Like that's what I think.
Okay.
But it was just very understated. Like it was
I just
thrown...
didn't know that he came out with an album.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is kind of funny because like you think it'd be
Which
almost
is weird because This Is America was huge when it came out.
That was a while ago.
It was a while ago, but that song was big.
Yeah, it was very big. That's one of the greatest music videos probably in the history of
yes,
music
and
videos.
also I should say I'm going to mispronounce his name. I believe his last name is Hiro. He's a Japanese director who directed most of Atlanta, most of the episodes, and he also directed the This Is America. music video. So you can 100% see that kind of same style that's in the This Is America music video kind of is in Atlanta. Of when you watch that music video, you feel like danger is around every corner. Because it is. Yeah. And when you I want to say, like, watching Atlanta, it feels almost like a supernatural anxiety.
I mean, based on, and this is probably one of the more kind of, generally I try to be a little bit reserved when it comes to, like, speaking out of place. But, like, I don't know, if you're paying attention, how could you not be paying attention? But everything that's gone on, if I was black and I had black children, I'd feel like there was danger around every corner too. Yeah.
And Donald Glover said something about that of like, I want people to watch this show to like, he's like, I want, I'm going to get the quote wrong, but he said,
so it's not a quote.
It's not a quote, but he said something like, I want this show to make people feel how it feels to be black in America.
That's really interesting.
There are a lot of just great episodes. There are a lot of what I like was season 1 is more like story wise, more plot wise.
Yeah.
And then season 2 is just things get really weird. I think kind of Donald Glover was given more creative freedom, and there are some really weird episodes. There are 2 Paperboy standalone episodes. There's a Darius Lakeith Stanfield. Oh, one of the best episodes in the series is Lakeith Stanfield's standalone episode when the entire episode is basically he goes to this mansion in like the middle of backwoods of Georgia to the house of this like old blues singer basically or jazz pianist because he's going to get a free piano from him that he's like picking up on eBay. And you talk about danger in every corner. Like he meets this guy and he is the weirdest dude of all time, and it's Donald Glover is playing the guy in whiteface. It's so bizarre and just creepy and surreal, and it is the best episode of the series. I can't even like get really into it because it's so goddamn weird, and it is so good. And there are a lot of episodes like that. Like most of season 2 is like character standalone episodes. Yeah, like Val has a standalone episode.
Who is Donald Glover like behind everything? Like, is he, or is there a director, and like, is this like his shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so he's the showrunner along with, I want to say he might be the sole showrunner, mm-hmm. But then also the Japanese director, I want to say his name here.
If you don't know it, don't take a swing.
I'm not going to take a swing, but
there's no reason to do that.
But the one Japanese director directed most of the episodes, and then I think there's like 5 that Donald Glover directed himself. So it really is these 2 guys just doing pretty cool. Just doing the whole show. And Little Dicky is the showrunner on his own show.
It's just funny when you think about like what your legacy is going to be. It's like Donald Glover talking about all this like crazy real shit, like this super profound, like making this sick music, and then it's like Dave is like, I talked about balls. Like it's just like
all right. And then the best episode of Dave is Gaeta the hype man.
I made these funny videos.
Gaeta the hype man. There is a very serious episode with him. It's like his standalone episode where you get to like see what all he's about, and he's bipolar. And we watched the first episode of Dave last night. Their first conversation and kind of everything that happens with Dave and Gaeta in that like first scene where they meet makes so much more sense when you see everything that happened to Gator before then. And Gaeta's kind of relationship with YG's manager is more fleshed out. You see why like Gaeta really wants to impress the manager while the manager doesn't like him. You like get the reasons of why, and you find out that that Gaeta is bipolar, and just all the crazy shit that happened to this character. And he's also just like, the acting is fucking amazing.
Yeah. I got to tell you, it was better than I expected, just because I'll be honest, like that guy, Little Dicky, like he just turns me off. Like I just like, there's just, I just don't like his energy and his vibe. Like it's just like, you know, and his music is like pretty corny again. And he's talented at putting words together. But like, I have to say, I was pleasantly surprised with the episode we watched. I thought it was a good, you know, it was cool. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was pretty interesting too. I mean, it's not the deepest thing in the world. It's just a show, but I found it to be enjoyable. I'm always gonna be honest. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Like, I don't need to be right all the time. I liked it.
Right.